Hi, this is a 10-minute visual novel called This Life Escapes Me. And yeah, let's get into it. All at once, cool night air fills my lungs. You're awake. I'm awake? My words taste strangely. Has my tongue always felt rough against my palate? Or my lips tasting like bitter earth? I touch the frayed hem of my tunic. The coarse, heavy linen is caked in dirt. Here I sit on a slab of cool lichen. I actually never know how to pronounce that one. I'll say lichen, and people can yell at me if I'm wrong. Lichen dressed stone centered to a circle of glittering powder. Censers gleaming silver in the starlight burn a rich incense around me. Yes, you're real. I needed to be sure. You look upon me like I'm an impossible creature. Huh. Some would say you are, love. Love. I touch my throat where the word is caught. I just can't bear to say it back to the stranger. I don't know who I am. Oh, I see, yes. Your voice must be strange to you. Is this new body disorienting? I'm sorry. I had so few options on such short notice. There will not be another moonless night like this for a long time. I have so much to say to you, love, that we only have an hour before I lose you again. At least this time it'll be on my terms. He leans in, slipping his calloused fingers under my hand. I flinch away. I'm sorry. Don't be, yet. I just don't know where I am. You wouldn't. You've never been within these ruins, as near as you were back then. But now you're finally here, safe. So, at least I made that wish of yours come true, if just for tonight. How do you feel? Hollow. Like I've slept an eternity, yet never truly rested. And now I wake to a man whose name I don't know, bound to some ritualist's circle. He says I have an hour, if that. So tell me, how did it come to this? You don't remember me? No. I'm I'm Gad, your husband. Well, your lover. Husband or lover, they're not quite the same. What's the difference after 23 years? Just the chapels would never have us for what I've done. Would never wed us for what I've done. Me, a sorcerer and a mercenary? I'm a brute who revels in the godless perversion of mortality. Cleaving down honest men in war, I rob their souls of rest to curse their survivors. What merciful priest would bind a good soul like you to me? It's been said before. Gad? Were you truly ever so cruel? Did I ever stop loving you? Were you truly ever so cruel? I didn't enjoy the things I had to do, yet I had to survive. Please forgive me. Hostage to the draft, nightly I feared you'd see me as a monster and abandon me. But every time I returned from those lawless lands, you were still home, waiting. Mixing me salves to lighten my scars, pressing oils to burn and soothe my frightful sleep. You are a brilliant, tender-hearted apothecary, and I've missed you. None. Perhaps if we keep talking, So, how did I die? He takes a deep breath. It was my fault. On the caravan home from the last battle, I came across a young, abandoned boar cat by a seaside bazaar. Illness made her meek. She would surely die. We were only a day from the port town where you'd welcome me. I knew you'd want to save the sorry thing too and rear her as a pet. So I smuggled her in. You loved her like a child, but it took you days to figure out her ailment. Time was vital. You said you needed ossifern, a bone-like plant, but it was a rare sight. I used to visit these ruins to commune with nature. Ossifern, though scarce, grows here in the winter. You wanted to go. In the woods, we were ambushed by a creature of many limbs and mouths. It throttled me unconscious and tore you apart. You were only sparse remains, what it didn't devour. It took no interest in me, having eaten. Every day that I survive, I regret. I was unprepared and trounced. Fate sentenced me to suffer this blighted earth alone while a better person was ripped away. I could barely stand mourning my comrades in war, but I had to say sorry to you somehow. To you, not your grave. But I couldn't use so little of you. I've since obsessed over the magic to bring you back. Conditions are so specific, but I managed on this rare night to borrow a body freshly interred. It cost me some years, but I managed to reach beyond the veil to summon you into this vessel. My sight is waning. Is this worth it? You're worth everything. Though we don't have much time left, I know that I can bring you back. I just need more practice, more time. And it won't be an hour. It'll be years. My breath is shallow. Tenderly, I touch his whiskered cheek. Gad, please. I can't be who you once knew. Every 5, 10 years when you seize me from the veil, I will recollect nothing, because my time has passed. Every time will start anew, and every time my vacant stare will pain you. Do you always want to be a stranger to me? My death was accidental. It wasn't your fault. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. How could I be so selfish? I'm sorry. I lay my head in the crook of his neck and let his tears wet my cheek. His embrace engulfs me. I remember now what warmth is. With what strength I have left, I hold him. Listen to me. I forgive you, and as this life escapes me, live for yours. I love you. I love you too. Okay, let's see what the other dialogue is. Settings. Skip. Okay. You are going to hear my clicking very loud. Sorry about that. Did I ever stop loving you? No, not for 1 second. You loved me and knew me long before the draft hauled me away. And every time I returned from those lawless lands, you were still home, waiting. Let my soul rest eternally. In death, we are meant to be at peace. This body, never mind, was disturbed. Her mind was disturbed, and my soul forcibly bound. Forcibly bound. Do not shackle me because your guilt binds you too. You have to free me, and free yourself. My death was accidental. It wasn't your fault. Alright, that's the game. Short and sweet, or should I say, short and sad. It's really good. I liked it. I hope you guys liked it too. You can find a link to it on itch.io in the description. It is free. So yeah, check it out if you want.